Hello, my name is Ranu. In this video, I will tell you how you can extend your house under the permitted development rules in England. What is permitted development? These are a set of rules fixed by the government that allow you to increase, extend, and alter your house without the need to apply for a planning permission to your local council. So that's one less pain in your neck while doing your renovation project. But listen to the experienced professionals when they ask you to take permission, prior approval, or a lawful development certificate from your local council for your extension before you start any construction, even if you think that your extension comes under the permitted development rules. Why? This will reduce your headache while selling your house later because you have all the proper papers in order. It will remove any anxious consultations with your council in case an alert neighbor has complained to them about your extension. And most of all, it will keep you above board and legal at all times. I shall abbreviate permitted development to PD in this talk, so I fumble less. And I am going to cover terraced and semi-detached houses in this talk. Just give me a second to share my screen. So this is what we are going to talk about today, permitted development rights for householders. Now let's talk about the houses I'm going to cover, terraced and semi-detached houses. What are terraced houses? Terraced houses are those that share both their side walls with the other houses. So if that you see in this photograph, let me demonstrate it for you. So this is the house that I'm going to choose here in this street. So this house, if you talk of this house here or any other house on the street, it will be sharing both its side walls or external walls with another house immediately next to it. Terraced houses are like sandwiches. What are semi-detached houses like? They share only one of their walls with their immediate neighbors. So you see, this is a semi-detached house on this side and another one on this side. They are attached in the center only on one side, and on the other side they are not attached to anything, hence they are called semi-detached houses. Now another very important thing, once you know what sort of a property you have out of these two, the next thing to check on your list is if your house falls into any of these big black headings that have just bounced on your screen. So your house should not be a listed building. It should not be on Article 2 land, which means it should not be in a conservation area or an area of natural beauty and other such protected habitats. It should not have an Article 4 direction restricting any such development on your property. It should not be a converted house from another previous use. It should not be a new dwelling, and it should not be a flat or a maisonette, as these rules, PD rules, only apply to houses. Now, how can you be sure if your house lies in any of these items? My advice for you is to check your property deed, your legal papers when you bought the house. Go online and do a search with your postcode in it, or ask your appointed architect or designer. Now, check all the three headings in the orange semicircle at the top of your screen before you listen to me further. For a terraced or a semi-detached house, how much can you extend on the ground floor, at the rear, or the back of your property? So you can extend anywhere between 3 to 6 meters. Now, like I told you, even if you think it is within the PD rules, we would recommend that you apply for a prior approval or a lawful development certificate, abbreviated to LDC here, that you can see. Now, if you would like to extend at the rear on the ground floor, beyond 3 meters, but within 6 meters, then the council has made it mandatory for you to apply for a prior approval or an LDC. How do you measure this depth of your extension? So the depth of your extension should be measured from the original wall of your house. That is the way your house stood on July 1st, 1948, or after that. So this is how you should be measuring it if we have a look at this. So this blue box that you see is your original house as it stood, and this gray area here is the extension that you want to attach to your existing house. at the back of your house, at the rear of your house. So you will measure the depth of your extension from this external wall, this blue external wall of your existing house, right to the external wall of your proposed extension. And that should be between 3 and 6 meters. It can also be less than 3 meters, but that is really not worth building and all the effort. So that's why these dimensions help you to achieve a nice roomy extension. Now, another thing to take care of is that be careful to judge if a previous owner has built an extension before you bought the house. So you see here in this example, this blue box is your original house. This white rectangle here, which extends up to 4 meters, is what a previous owner had already extended before you bought the house. And now you are trying to add another extension on top of it. The council will not allow this under PD. So please make sure this is not the case. Another very important aspect which I see people making a mistake often is the profile or the way the shape of your rear extension is. So the rear extension that you want in your house should follow the shape of your existing walls of your house. So you see here as an example, this pink shaded area is your existing semi-detached house. I have used an example of a semi-detached house on either side of this blue wall. This is the front of the houses. This is the back of the houses. The pink is what you already have, and it's a stepped house profile at the back of your house. Now I go to the farthest wall of my house and I do an offset of 3 meters, and then all this yellow area that you see, I include it in my rear extension because it is 3 meters away from my existing rear wall. But the council is not going to accept this because you see all this huge area that we have filled in. It should actually look like this figure on the right. So this stepped pink profile of my existing house should be offset at every line to get my proposed rear extension on the ground floor. So you see these yellow, small yellow disjointed boxes? This is exactly what is allowed under PD rules. So be careful of how you submit your, how you plan your extension, and then hopefully submit an LDC or a prior approval for it. Another very important rule about the area is, let me just clear this red line. The total area of your extension, you cannot cover more than half of the rear garden or the open area at the back of your house. So let's imagine your rear garden currently stands at 100 square meters. Your rear extension can cover half of that, which is 50 square meters. But you already have an outbuilding, or let's say a B&Q shed, which is about 10 square meters. So now you can only construct a rear extension which is 40 square meters, because everything has to be included in the built up area of your rear extension. So what you will have to do is, if you want the maximum size of your rear extension, which is newly built, remove the existing sheds or outbuildings and add all that area back to your proposed extension. Now let's look at the height of your rear extension. How high can your roofs be? The maximum roof height of your extension cannot be higher than the existing highest part of your roof. So you see here, this blue bit is your existing house. This tip here is the highest part of your sloping roof, and the highest part of your proposed extension, which is the gray bit here, it is much lower. So this is fine. The lowest part of your existing sloping roof is here, which is called the eaves at this point here. And your eaves at this point of your proposed extension again is much lower. So all is good. Another thing to keep in mind is that within 2 meters of the boundary wall of your house, of your plot, the height of your extension cannot be more than 3 meters. Let's investigate this in 2 kinds of roofs to make it easier to understand. Usually we make a flat roof or a sloping roof for our extensions. So if it is a flat roof, the maximum roof height of your flat roof should be 3 meters that you see in this figure here. How do you measure this? The top of your flat roof, you go outside and you measure the top of that to the closest ground level near that. So this black arrow that you see here, this should be 3 meters or less. Do not include any upstands or parapets on top of your roof. And as a thumb rule, if the council says keep it 3 meters or less, it will be best if you can limit it to 2.95 meters so that you are on the safer side. Now, what happens if you have a sloping roof? For a sloping roof, the council will allow a maximum height of 4 meters. So this is the red line is your sloping roof of your rear extension. So this top should be at 4 meters or less. So keep it, let's say 2 inches, 50 mm, 5 centimeters less. And the lowest point of your sloping roof, where your roof as it slopes meets the vertical wall face of your rear extension, that is called the eaves, and that should be less than 3 meters. So again, if the council allows you 3 meters, you should keep it at 2.95 meters to be on the safer side. Another very important aspect is the landscaping the garden of your rear extension or the rear of your property. You cannot have a raised patio or a deck of any material, any paving, above 30 centimeters from the surrounding ground level of your garden. 30 centimeters would equate to a foot or 300 millimeters. So you cannot have a raised platform of more than that under PD rules in your rear extension or the rear garden. Now let's look at all of this in a summary of what I just told you. So keep all of these points in mind, and to reinforce them, go to the planning website. I will give the link in the description of the video below this video. So go to that planning website and have a thorough look, or your appointed designer or architect will already have a very good idea of what you can do to improve your house. In another video, I will show you how you can extend your house under PD rules on the first floor, in your attic, and on the sides. Till I see you again, let your imagination run wild so that the council can tame it for you. Thank you.